I just thought I'll tell you what we are doing at T-Hub. As I said, I have to plug T-Hub. So basically, we've been around for 9 years, more than 2,000 startups. We've helped our startups create about 25,000 jobs. Cumulatively, they raised about close to $2 billion, about 16,000 crores, and a fairly high survival rate as well, right? So that's about it. I will stop now, and I think we have 5 minutes for questions before I have another session after this. So I'll take questions for 5 minutes.
Sir, could I request you to kindly end the slide share so that we could return back to the screen, and we will open the ground for the questions from our students. Thank you so much, sir. Students, we will take your questions for the next 5 minutes, one by one in a sequence. So who would like to go first? You could unmute yourself and throw your question.
Ma'am, can I?
Okay, Ansh, we'll go with Ansh first.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I think you're off video.
No, sir.
Okay, sorry. I see two Anshes.
Yes,
maybe
sir.
you're off.
One of them is my other device. If
Understood.
everything goes wrong, right?
I thought. Yeah, go ahead.
So, sir, it's a lovely opportunity to ask you this question, but what exactly are furniture employees?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Furniture employees, sir.
I didn't get the question.
Could I interrupt this question, sir? So I was having a class with the BCA students yesterday, and I was sharing an incident where I was on the call with you when I was in Hyderabad. And you introduced me to the terminology of furniture employees who've been working at an organization for a long time in a very committed fashion. So I was sharing that anecdote with Ansh yesterday. Something that you had shared with me over the phone in Hyderabad long ago.
Okay, Ansh, sorry, I didn't get. Okay, no. So essentially, what happens is, there are a lot of people who, join an organization and then, stay wedded to that organization for a length of time, tend to be very loyal, etc. Now, two things. One is some of them obviously continue to keep contributing, and contributing to the organization, to themselves, learning new things, helping the company grow, themselves growing, etc. Others become what I call part of the furniture, meaning essentially where, they are there because either they are too lazy to go out and find another job, one, or they're incapable of getting hired by another employer because fundamentally their skills have not, evolved. They're pretty much stuck in the same place. You've been doing I'll give you an example, right? Um, just to understand. Somebody will come and tell you, I worked in a bank for 20 years as a teller. Okay. So actually, what it might mean in some ways is he's worked for 1 year learning how to, dispense cash as a teller. He's done that for 20 years. He's not really learned anything new. He's not upgraded his skills, right? So that's what I call furniture. Okay. I hope that clarifies the question.
Pretty much, sir.
Thank you so much for that question, Ansh. Could you
So the point is, don't become a furniture employee.
For sure, sir.
So keep learning new things, go beyond the dictates of the job. Okay. We live in a competitive world. Even if you're working and not an entrepreneur, if you want to get ahead in life, you have to keep learning new things and upgrading your capabilities, knowledge, and skills continuously. Otherwise, there's a rule we call it the rule of the fittest, survival of the fittest, right? So you'll just get left behind.
This is one of the insights which I gained from Sir when I was in Hyderabad about 3 years ago. So I thought I'll pass it on to my students. On to the next question. Anyone has a question for Sir? Abhishek, do you have a question? Okay.
Yes. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, sir and ma'am. Great opportunity to meet and have a question. Currently, as a fitness expert, you can say, struggling and also planning for a new setup regarding my new concept of business model, which is the problem of solving multiple problem in a single platform. Just like lots of reports have been came regarding the uh, increasing the health issues, along with the drug resistance, along with the middle age problems in health issues. So I want to
Yes.
solve all it in a single platform, including strength training, mental health, along with their प्रोफेशनल जो रिस्क वगैरह होते हैं उनको कैसे मैनेज करना है, तो उसको एक प्लेटफॉर्म में मुझे एक हैंडल करना है, तो उसको कैसे हम एक प्लेटफॉर्म में कैसे लाएं, ये मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है जो कि करंटली मैं इसको चीज को फेस कर रहा हूँ और उसमें वर्क करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ.
ठीक है. तो अभिषेक, आपको आई विल गिव यू एन आंसर इन टू पार्ट्स. फर्स्ट इज,
Yeah.
okay, we run a program at T-Hub which you should join. This is a program called Blitz. Okay.
Okay.
BLIT. Okay. You can look it up. It's there on our website. Most of the program is done virtually, so it don't have to be physically in Hyderabad, etc. And I'm not trying to plug the program, but broadly what I'm trying to say is, what we find is a lot of people like you who say, मेरे पास ये idea है, ये कुछ करना है, वो कैसे आगे ले लिया जाए types में. I don't know how to do it types. So this program is about, it's essentially a, kind of collaborative exercise where our people work with you and, help you fine tune the idea. And can you build a minimum viable prototype, right, in a short period of time, and then test it out. See, the one other, I told you about value proposition. And second thing is, many times what happens is many entrepreneurs make this mistake. बिना मार्केट रिसर्च किए दे स्टार्ट डूइंग समथिंग. अभी सपोज ये प्लेटफॉर्म आपने बनाया, राइट, और सपोज यहाँ पे आपके कितने 10 लोग हैं ना, आपके फ्रेंड्स यहाँ पे, राइट. तो 10 लोग, अगर यहाँ पे 12 लोग हैं, तो लेट्स से इफ यू एक्सक्लूड Anukriti and me, there are 10 people. So there are 9 other people apart from you on the call. So let's say if you were to pilot this idea of yours with these 9 people, right, saying अगर मैं ऐसा कुछ प्रोडक्ट या प्लेटफॉर्म बनाऊं और उसके बाद आप लोग यूज करेंगे, अगर यूज करेंगे तो आपको क्या बेनिफिट होगा, आपके मन में क्या बेनिफिट आना चाहिए, दूसरा आप इसके लिए कितना, मतलब आप, हम मेरे को 100 रुपया देंगे, 500 रुपया देंगे, 5,000 रुपया देंगे वगैरह. दोज अजम्पशंस हैव टू बी वैलिडेटेड, राइट, बिफोर यू बिल्ड. तो क्या होता है, ज्यादातर लोग को एक आइडिया आता है, कुछ बना देते हैं और लॉन्च करते हैं, और उसके बाद पता चलता है उनको कि ना मार्केट में कोई डिमांड है इसके लिए, या ना इसके लिए परचेजिंग पावर है, मतलब अफोर्डेबिलिटी नहीं है इसमें, और कस्टमर्स को पहुंचाने के लिए उनको पता चलना चाहिए ना कि हम लोग ये कर रहे हैं. उसके लिए आई डोंट हैव अ प्लान हाउ टू मेक इट विजिबल, राइट. और दूसरा, अगर आपके यहाँ फॉर एग्जांपल आप तो ट्रेनर है, आपको टेक के बारे में क्या आता है मुझे मालूम नहीं है, तो यू नीड अ स्ट्रॉन्ग टेक्निकल पर्सन टू बिल्ड इट. तो कौन है वो? So some of these questions at least in terms of clarifying to you क्या करना चाहिए होगा आपको इसको करने के लिए, that's what this program will help you with.
Okay.
And it's a very low cost program. It's about some 30K or something like that. So keep a lookout on our website. Whenever is the next program, maybe you can join. Okay, we have time for one last question.
One last question. Anyone has a question for sir? Ansh again. Okay, Ansh, I would request you to pose your question and then kindly mute yourself again. Yes, let's go with Ansh.
Hello, sir. It's me again.
Yeah, go ahead, Ram.
सर, एज वी नो कि आपकी कंपनी में 600 प्लस कॉर्पोरेशंस आई हैं. सो उनमें से कुछ पार्टनर सर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट भी है, निविडिया भी है, सिस्को भी है, इंटेल भी है. सो सर, जब ये सब ज्वाइन कर रही थी तो आपका मतलब लाइक माइंडसेट क्या था कि लाइक या आई डिजर्व इट, या हाँ वी वर्क हार्ड फॉर इट, या फिर हाँ ये तो आएंगी आएंगी, हमने मेहनत की है.
First of all, take nothing for granted. Okay, कोई आएगा नहीं ऐसे. अगर आपके पास कुछ वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन नहीं है तो क्यों आएंगे कोई भी? Okay, so for whatever you have to do, you have to work hard. Okay.
Yes.
There is I will use, so I'm from the south, so obviously I'll use a south analogy just to explain. There is something called Swayam Krushi, and I'll explain that very quickly. Swayam means self. Krushi means hard work, right? So if first is you have to have a sense of self, on what capabilities and experience and expertise you bring to the table. कृषि is hard work. आप कितने भी brilliant हो, अगर आप काम नहीं करोगे, हार्ड वर्क नहीं करोगे, तो यू विल नॉट बिकम सक्सेसफुल. किसी भी एंटरप्रेन्योर को पूछो, वो तो बोलेगा कि मेरे पास आइडिया था, टीम बनाया हमने, वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन क्रिएट किया, बिजनेस मॉडल बनाया, फिर एग्जीक्यूट किया और चेंज मतलब अडेप्ट किया, पिवट किया, टाइप ऑफ थिंग टू गेट सक्सेसफुल. और अंडरलाइंग ऑल दिस इज बहुत मेहनत किया हमने. मेहनत के बिना कुछ आता नहीं है सर. दैट मच आई कैन टेल यू.
Something which I
Even
keep
in
telling my
my
students all the time.
different version of Hindi compared to your Hindi, but mehnat is a common word in Lucknow and in Hyderabad.
सर मैं इन बच्चों से एक बात हमेशा बोलती हूँ, हिंदी में ही बोल दूं, कि हार्डवर्क और डिसिप्लिन के बिना कुछ नहीं होने वाला. Motivation, forget about motivation, forget about everything. Without hard work and discipline, nothing is possible. So, thank you so much, sir,
Okay.
for this time.
Thank
Sir,
you. I have to
you
jump
crazy
off.
schedule.
Sorry.
I was just talking about you, sir, telling the students that your schedules are so crazy. Sir is traveling around the globe for work. I think 350 days out of 365 in a year, if I'm not wrong. And I'm not exaggerating. Sir is around the globe. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this precious time of yours. Despite the competence and the position he holds today, he comes with so much of simplicity and humility. There's so much for us to learn from him. All I have is gratitude for this masterclass from you, sir.
Thank you. You're being very kind. And thank you, thank you all, and all the very best to you for whatever you're doing, whether you go on to work for someone or you build something, but all the very best. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sir.
Thank you to the students for joining. Sir, extremely grateful.